2023 was definitely a year for gaming. Some good, a lot not. And as someone who's an ADHD gamer, I thought it'd be interesting to go through and rank all of the games I attempted to play in 2023. Spoiler alert, a lot of them I didn't finish. I feel like this goes without saying, but these are just my opinions, and you're more than welcome to disagree with them. So please, don't take it personal if I rank a game that you love low. That's just life. But let's jump into it. Alright, as you can see, I have a decent amount of games to get through, so I might not spend a long time on some of them. I think in total I have 46 across 3 platforms: Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna go through these in no particular order. So to start off with, we have our tiers. We have the will never not own on every console. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but there are some games that I love so much I just have to buy on every console it's available. Those games hold a special place in my heart, and they're gonna be at the top. The next tier I have is scratches an itch. You know, these games, they hit a spot. But it's not something that really belongs in like the top. But sometimes you have a craving for it, so that's the scratches an itch tier. We have the middle tier, which is just kind of like meh, it was okay, you know, meh. Then we have the not for me tier. This tier is for the games that they're not bad games, but they're just not for me, you know? I don't really like them, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. And then the last tier is the pooey tier, okay? Pooey tier. You don't want to be in that tier. I don't even know if anything's gonna go in that tier. I guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna go through these in no particular order, so let's just get started. I should also mention that some of these games, this is not my first time playing them. I'm just, you know, replaying them. So the first game we're gonna start off with is Ark. This game holds a special place in my heart. If you've seen my top favorite video games of all time, I think it's top 10 video games of all time. This one's up there, and I am not too proud to admit that I own it on a lot of consoles. So this one's definitely going in the will never not own on every console tier. I always circle back around to this one at some point, so there she goes. Next is Farming Simulator 22. This one just wasn't for me. I love management sims. As a matter of fact, when I was going through my games, some of the highest amount of played hours I have are in management sims, but this one, I don't know. It didn't click with me. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. I know a lot of people like it, but it just wasn't for me. The next game on the list is Beacon Pines, and this one's gonna go into scratches an itch. It was definitely interesting. It was sort of a different gameplay mechanic than I'm not used to, and I did actually finish the game. So, you know, that is a feat in its own. So, goes into scratches an itch, but really it's kind of like a play one and done, so. Borderlands 2 is something me and my husband have played just when we're looking for something to do. It's kind of mindless, and so it's gonna go into meh. It's not bad, but it's not much thought to it. Next, I have Sunhaven, and this might be a hot take for some people, but I found this one to just be meh. I don't know. I was really excited to play it, and the first like hour or two I was really into it, but it just lost my interest. I felt like it was kind of boring. I don't know the story. I don't know. This might be a hot take, but it was just meh for me. I thought there were other farming sims that we'll talk about later that did a better job at keeping my attention. So, meh. Wildermyth. This one's a good one. This one scratches an itch, okay? I don't hear a lot of people talking about this game, and I'm kind of surprised. If you're into D&D and that style game, this is great. It's got turn-based tactic. It's kind of like paper style, and there's a story. You go on a campaign, you have your party, and you're running through a created story, and lots of random events can happen along the way. There's battling, turnstile battling, and I don't know. It scratches an itch. I like this one. I come back to it a lot, and no one talks about it, so check it out. Then we have Stardew Valley. This one's a hard one for me, because as much as I want to like Stardew Valley, I always start it and I enjoy it, and then I drop it. So it's in between these two. I think I'll put it into scratches an itch, but there's definitely like some better scratches and itch in here. Like this should go above. There we go. I'm gonna do it like this. We're gonna rank these like, yeah, like that. Yeah. Then we have Harvestella. This one's tough because I do really enjoy this game. Is it will never not own on every console worthy though? I mean, it's only available on the Switch, but shh, we don't have to talk about it. Or is it just scratches and itch? I'm gonna put it into scratches and itch for now, but it might move depending on how things go. Then we have Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. This might also be a hot take, but I think I might have it's kind of tied with Stardew Valley, honestly. I don't know which one I liked better. They're very similar to me, except for like adult, not really adult version. But I did enjoy my time with it, so it goes into scratches and itch. Then we have Starfield. Okay, I do really enjoy this game, but it definitely does not hit like Skyrim does. It just doesn't. And for that reason, it's gonna go into scratches and itch. I wish, oh gosh, I had such high hopes and it just fell slightly short. But I did enjoy it. Me and my husband have been playing through A Way Out. We haven't finished it yet, but it's just kind of meh. You know, I don't know. Maybe the story gets better. We're pretty far along, I feel like, and I don't know. It's just kind of been meh to me. I wanted it to be like the Dark Anthologies, but if you like miss something, like a button press or something, it just restarts like the level. You don't have any consequences, and I didn't really like that. So just meh. Moonstone Island is also another meh. I don't know. I wanted to like it, but it just does not hold my interest like some of these other games, so it sits on the back burner. Coral Island. This one's a struggle because as much fun as I had playing it, I could not play it because of the state that it was in on 1.0 release. I did play it on the Xbox. I don't know if the PC version was better, but the Xbox version was bad. It was like, I don't think anyone QC tested it at all. It was bad. I mean, every time I opened up a menu or went inside a building or out a building, it froze. So, it's gonna go into pooey for me. But, you know, it could move if they patch it enough, but it just should not have released in 1.0. It's definitely still an early access game, so I'm sorry. I do enjoy playing it when I'm not ripping my hair out from the bugs, but it's gotta go into pooey. We gotta do better. I tried to play Cyberpunk. I did. Okay, I played a little bit, not very far, and then I just felt overwhelmed and dropped it and never picked it back up. So it's gonna go into not for me, but I'd like to give it another go. Okay, so it may not stay there next year, but for now, it's just gonna go into not for me. I was overwhelmed. I don't know. Tiny Tina's Wonderland is another meh. Right here with Borderlands. They're pretty equal. It was just kind of meh. Me and my husband played it. It was okay. You know, I might have liked it a little bit better than Borderlands, but other than that, Disney Dreamlight Valley is a hard one because when it first came out, I enjoyed it, but I quickly lost interest in it. So I'm not sure if it belongs in scratches and itch or in meh. I think I'll put it in scratches and itch, like that. It does scratch and itch, but I feel like there are other games that kind of provide the same, but maybe in a better way, which we'll get to that one right now. Well, I want to say like, okay, it's personal preference, but Paleo, on the other hand, scratches an itch. I think a little bit better for me than Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think the story is a little more entertaining. The content is a little more adult-ish, but it's still kind of grindy, like in the same way Dreamlight Valley is. You know, you grind to decorate. It's what these games are about, basically. And I don't know, I just find myself gravitating towards Paleo more. Now, it is not without its issues, okay? It definitely has its issues, but I do enjoy it, and I actually enjoy it on the Switch a little more. Obviously the graphics are not great on the Switch compared to the PC. I've played it on both, but it's just when I'm like winding down for bed and I just need something to kind of like put me to sleep, Paleo on the Switch is my go-to. So for that reason, it's gonna go right here. We have Dragon Age Origins. I'm currently playing through live streams. Check it out. This one right now is just gonna go into scratches and itch. It could move up. It has the potential But right now the story, it's been interesting, but not quite, I don't know. Hasn't had that oomph yet. Maybe I'll get there, and if it does, then it might go up. But for now, I'm gonna keep it in scratches an itch. Everything scratches an itch, my bad. Fae Farm. This one's a meh for me. I don't know. I wanted more from it, and I guess maybe I didn't realize that I do value story and characters more than I thought. So I'm just gonna put it in meh. It wasn't a bad game. It was pretty well optimized, and I think there is a... Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in not for me, actually. It's not for me. For that reason. I think there's an audience for it. People that really like decorating and stuff like that, but for me, I don't know. It just wasn't it. I needed more story and more character development. So, fortunately, that has to stay there. But, on the other hand, we have Wildflowers, which is gonna go in scratches an itch. And it's gonna be pretty high. It was a different take on a farming sim that I enjoyed. The characters had a lot of depth to them. They always had something new to say. They didn't just repeat lines, repeat. They always had something to say, something about the town's events. There was a big story that kept me engaged and was constantly like progressing. And yeah, I just enjoyed it. So it's gonna go in here. We have, it's gonna be a big list. Oxygen not included. This is the first management sim I think we have on this list. I'm gonna put it up here. We're gonna do that. Now I'm getting a little confused. I don't know where I want to put this stuff. Maybe like this. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. Oxygen not included. Definitely a fun game. I enjoy playing it. It definitely scratches an itch, but not quite as much as RimWorld does. Okay, RimWorld, I've got a lot of hours in. I love RimWorld, especially with mods. I have a lot of fun in RimWorld, so it definitely deserves to be in scratches an itch. Actually, you know what? I think I might put this on Will Never Not Own on every console. I enjoy RimWorld a lot, and I always go back to it. I play it at least multiple times a year, and I think I do own it for a couple of different consoles, so we're gonna put it up here. We got Fable. Fable's gonna go on scratches an itch. You know, it's just, Fable just hits home for me. I love Fable. I loved that whole trilogy, and even years later, I'm going back and playing it, so we're gonna put it there. I think Kinseed, I feel like it had potential. I really do. But I think it let me down a bit. I'm gonna put it here. I wanna put it at the top. Get in the top spot. There we go. Still gonna go to meh. I feel like something was missing from it. I don't know. What? I don't know. It has a ton of potential though. Maybe I just need to play it more. I didn't even age up to adult. So I think I just need to play it more. So for right now, it's a meh, but it could move up, you know? Cult of the Lamb definitely scratches an itch. It's a good one. I love Cult of the Lamb. It's funny. Yeah, there's nothing like it, honestly. Currently, I think out, I've not experienced anything like it. A little bit of roguelike dungeon crawler, a little bit of a management sim with a spicy little twist of it being a cult. So, and it's cute. It's cute little animals. I love the little ones. So yeah, I love this one. This is a good one. The Forest, it was kind of meh for me. I need to play it more. I'll admit that. I will admit I need to play it more. But so far, it's kind of meh. And I think if I wasn't playing with a friend, it would probably be pretty boring. I could be wrong, but... Another one that's going to go into the meh category, actually, is it meh? I think I'm going to put this one in not for me, because it has potential. It's not a bad game, and I know a lot of people who enjoyed this game. But I just, again, it didn't keep me hooked. I don't know why, but it just didn't. I don't know. These are the types of games where I constantly go back and try because I feel like I should like them, but something keeps me from not finishing them. And kind of in this vein right here, this is gonna be a hot take, but Zelda Breath of the Wild, I tried to play this year for the first time. I don't know, again, it did not keep my attention. I actually think I enjoyed Immortals Phoenix Rising a little bit better than Zelda. But yeah, those are gonna go in not for me, because clearly Zelda has a huge fan base. Breath of the Wild has got a big fan base, so don't take this personally. I could not keep playing it, I don't know. Lego Fortnite goes and scratches an itch. It goes pretty high up and scratches an itch. It's pretty fun. Maybe not that high up. I can see myself at some point losing interest in it, so we'll put it like there. But it is fun, and I do enjoy it, and it's fun to play with friends. So it definitely deserves to go and scratches an itch. They did a good job with it. My Time at Sandrock. Sleeper hit, I think. I think I might put this. Now here's the thing. I've heard it's rough on the Switch. I have been playing the PC version, which I have a video I'm working on that will come out at some point whenever I finish it. But you'll get to see my gameplay of My Time at Sandrock, and I enjoyed it a lot. I think it does a lot of things differently than your typical farming sim, but is it top tier worthy? I think if I'm gonna put Harvestella in Scratches an Itch, then I think My Time at Sandrock needs to be in Scratches an Itch. Because I feel like they're on the same level for me. I really enjoy these games. I have a lot of fun with them. So they need to be together. Next one is Planet Zoo. This one scratches an itch, but it's definitely difficult. There is quite a learning curve to like the controls and stuff, and I always try really hard to make it look aesthetic, and I don't normally do that. So it's just gonna go in scratches an itch, because usually I get frustrated and turn it off, and then eventually I'll come back and just repeat. Rinse, repeat cycle. Final Fantasy XIV, also playing on live streams. If you haven't watched, good. But this one will never not own on every console. Great. Love it. Deserves its spot in the spotlight. Put it up there. Love it. Next is Roots of Pacha. Now, this one, I think I enjoyed a little more than the rest of them. I don't know. I just enjoyed it a little more than Stardew Valley. I think it has a little more direction to it. Stardew Valley is very kind of open to whatever you want to do, where I think Roots of Pacha has a little bit more of a direction. So I enjoyed that. It kept me a little bit more focused than other games. So it definitely scratches an itch. It was a good game. Spiritfarer for me was kind of meh. You know, I know a lot of people like it, but again, it didn't keep me hooked. I don't know. It just couldn't keep me hooked. I realize now we have RimWorld on here twice. Ignore that. But yeah, I'm gonna put that in meh. It wasn't bad. A lot of people like it, but it wasn't enough. Listen, do we even need to question where this one's going? Top of the list, bro. Top of the list, okay? Skyrim is everything and will always be everything, and I will die on that hill. So yeah, top. Pokemon Shield scratches an itch. No, you know what? I'm gonna put it as meh, along with Violet. You both can be mehs. I definitely break them out every now and then. I think I prefer Shield over Violet a little bit. They both have good things about them. Obviously, Violet was kind of a train wreck. But I'm the type of gamer that can look past a little bit of that stuff, but I just think I had more fun with Shield. I actually finished the story of Shield. I didn't finish the story of Violet. Doesn't mean the story was good, but I did finish it, so I think those are just kind of meh. We have Just Dance. Will never not own on every console. Okay, listen, it's just so good. Honestly, nothing like making a fool of yourself in your living room. And, you know, I remember playing Just Dance in middle school, back in Rasputin days, okay? Rah rah Rasputin. And I still continue to play it to this day. No shame. Love it. Deserves to be up here. Again, another one that goes without saying. Baldur's Gate deserves to be up here, okay? It won Game of the Year for a reason. I think the developers did a really good job with that game. You can tell they poured their heart and soul into this game, and they listened to their fan base and their player base, and I think everyone should give it a shot. Even if you're not into turn-based combat, you typically prefer more of an action, fast-paced combat, just try it. There's so much more to it than just the combat, and the combat is more in depth than you think. And there's always like an element of, I don't know, things you can't control, like the dice roll. It's so good. And you can replay it over and over and over again and learn new things every playthrough, kind of like Skyrim. These two are just the top of the top for me and probably will stay there forever. So yeah, good job. Next is Luigi's Mansion 3. This one's gonna be scratches an itch. Me and my husband played this together and I did enjoy it. We had fun time. So it's gonna go up here, just somewhere up here in the middle. It was good. Kind of in that vein, Mario Party Superstars, that one was just meh for me, okay? Better than A Way Out, I think, but as a Mario Party super fan, it just did not hit like I thought it was going to. The ones on the Switch are just not good. I don't know. I miss the old Mario parties. And I know this is supposed to be like the old Mario parties, but it's not. I don't know. Am I missing something? I wanted to like it. I love Mario Party. It's just not the same. I used to love My Time at Portia. Now that My Time at Sandrock has come out, it's definitely not as good. So it's just gonna go into meh. Before My Time at Sandrock, though, it was up there. Okay? It was like up there. But this one just takes a cake. It's better. It is definitely better than My Time at Portia. And the next one, again, a little controversial, but I had so much fun playing it. I'm not even gonna lie. So much fun playing it. So Hogwarts Legacy, I'm gonna put up here. I definitely enjoyed my time in this game. I finished it, again, is a feat in itself. But yeah, the game was really well made and kept my attention, and I really enjoyed it. So that's gonna go up in the top tier. Subnautica. Come on, I love Subnautica. Who doesn't love Subnautica? Who doesn't love just being scared crapless? Subnautica holds a special place in my heart. I've played it multiple times. I've watched people play it multiple times. It's one of those games that you can play multiple times. And so again, I own it on a lot of different consoles, and yeah, I love it. This one's definitely a hot take, but No Man's Sky is not for me. I tried to play it a couple of times, and I know some people really enjoy it, but it just didn't, again, hold my concentration. I just found myself dropping it and wanting to play something else. So for that, it's gonna go in not for me. Obviously, I really admire what the devs have done in sticking to their promise and making the game what it is today, and I don't want to knock that. Again, there are a lot of people that really, really love this game. It's just not for me. And yeah, that's our finished list. I think it's not bad. We only really had one Pooey, and it shouldn't really have been in a Pooey, except for it released in such a bad state. Coral Island, get it together. I really like you. But yeah, that's my list. Let me know maybe what you agree with, what you disagree with. Feel free to give me your opinions. There's no wrong opinions. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next year. Bye.